Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Old Guy Paintball. Why? Because I'm an old guy and I like paintball. My name is Craig and I'll be your host. Today's episode is going to be about some of this equipment I use. The first thing that we're going to talk about today is the loader that I use on my paintball equipment. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my current and upcoming videos coming up soon with more equipment. So let's get into it. For many years, I have been using this loader right here. This is the original Spire. Yes, a Spire 1. It has been a venerable workhorse for me. Reliable, never had any problems with it. Other than the fact that at this point it's starting to show its age and I decided I wanted to upgrade. I hardly ever changed batteries in that thing. It lasted forever. And I still keep it around as a backup, so it is still a good hopper, but I decided I need an upgrade with some of the newer markers I have just recently picked up. So today's episode is going to be about this, the HK Sonic loader. This is the loader I picked up early this year, and I've rocked it out on a few occasions, and I'm going to give you my opinions of it. This is the current actual model. Very sleek design, very similar to what the Spire is, and if you look, I'll hold them both up. As you can see, they both have that slightly tapered look, and if you look from the back, somewhat similar. So it helps to have a loader that is something I'm already used to. I'll talk about some of the pros and cons of this loader and just my general opinions. I picked this loader up on a deal that included the loader and this speed feed. This is an aluminum speed feed, not plastic, which is really nice. It looks very durable, and it pops open nicely, and it's very easy interchangeable with the rain guards if I would have to change it for that. It was a really good deal. Can't say where I got it. I did ask the place where I bought it if they would be willing to give me a plug for my channel, and they haven't responded, so unfortunately, this is a business. If they can't help me, I really can't disclose where I got it from because it's really not fair. So that being said, though, but it was a really good deal. Probably not even 150 bucks for a loader and a nice aluminum speed feed. Overall, I like this loader. I'm just a rec ball player, and I think for a rec ball player, this loader is really good. It handles pretty much semi-automatic, keeps up with fire, haven't had a miss with it, other than if I really ran out of paint. No jams, no issues with it, but I will say this, it handles recreational ball really well. Would this be a good speedball field for, like, say, tournament actions? I'm not exactly sure. My rate of fire is really good, and there's plenty of videos out there already that talk about it, and it can handle the 15 balls per second pretty easily for your average everyday player. But if you're in a tournament action and you're using ramping, I would say you might have some issues getting consistent streams if you're firing a ton of paint. So that was something you might want to take in consideration. But there's a difference between a $100 hopper and something that would cost several $100s to $200 or more, and that's probably the difference between this and something like a Spire or a die rotor in the tournament field. But overall, I think it's a really good hopper. It holds a decent amount of paint. It has a flexible panel back here to help tilt the paint forward. My original Spire does not have that. I never got an upgrade for it, but most of them now have this. So the pros of this are very simple. It's very economical. It's very easy to change your speed feed from a top to a rain top to a speed feed back and forth. You can pop it apart real easy. It uses a 9-volt battery, which a lot of paintball markers do use, so it cuts down the idea of, well, I got to carry multiple different types of batteries. The weight isn't bad. It's got a relatively low neck, so it'll sit fairly well on your marker. So overall, the pros are it's inexpensive, it appears to be reliable, looks like I'll get several seasons out of it. Easy to maintain, clean, change batteries. The cons would be that one is this button here is how you turn it on. And I did have a time where the battery did die on me in a field, so it's possible it may have got hit in my bag and turned on and I didn't realize it. It doesn't constantly do the noise like a lot of them would do sometimes. So that's something you have to watch for, is make sure that you're storing it where this doesn't get hit. And the light is underneath it as well, so it's kind of hard to see it when it's on your marker, that if you had this on it, you couldn't see this light right down here very easily. I'll turn it on right there. As you can see how that, if you have it up, it's hard to see. But where that button is and the light is where the light is. And as you can hear, it doesn't make a noise that it's searching for paint. So that being said, that's kind of one of the things, the only thing I really have concerns. It's not a big deal for me because I'm not using it all the time. So you'd always want to make sure you carry a spare battery with this, just in case it would go down. The other problem is this uses a very old technology, and it's hard to see inside here, but it has a little like flap. This does not have eyes. It does not have any kind of sound activation. So it has that old school Pinocchio where it has a little flap, and after the balls hit, and it tells it to feed. So if it was, as the balls go past it, it tips this little thing down like this, and balls keep feeding. Which is why it's probably only $100. It's really old school technology. It appears to be reliable. They've used them for many years, probably 15 years ago on paintball loaders. But it does not have sound. It does not have the eyes like a current, like a upper level loader would have. So that could be an issue. Like I say, if you're playing tournaments, it may not have the capacities that you want for something like that. But overall, from a perspective of the everyday weekend warrior, rec ball player, I think this is a very good deal. I think it's a very good hopper for the average player that can get into paintball, that has maybe a lower end marker, that wants something that's going to be reliable and feed well and get you on the field relatively inexpensively for the value that, if you don't want to tap a ton of money. But for the average person like I try to represent and the everyday rec ball player, I think it's a really good deal to get. So if you are in a market for a hopper, I would highly recommend the HK Sonic marker, only for the fact that I think it's just, from my personal experience, it's a good loader for the value. If you've ever used one, please leave comments below and tell me what you think. And stay tuned for more episodes coming up. I'll be doing some of my markers here shortly, some of my other gear, along with mixing in my other views on paintball and keeping up to date. But please, once again, hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay current. Helps the channel grow. The more subscribers we get, the more publicity the channel will get, and it helps it out. Once again, I thank everyone for their support. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned for more upcoming episodes on gear, and I'll see you on the paintball field soon.